In 1980, the Tigers were the premiers of the VFL. In 1982, Richmond were the beaten favourite in the grand final. However, in 1990, the odds have slipped so far that the once mighty club's very existence is on the line. Over the past 15 years or so, the man in the outer has been content to leave most things to those behind the glass, believing that the normal supporters' influence in the club was minuscule and that the sponsors ruled. Well, the Footscray revival, and even that of Collingwood a few years ago, has shown that just as in the very early days of football, the supporter is the lifeblood of the club. Now is the time for Tigers to roar, to save your club, your traditions, and keep the yellow and black in the AFL forever.
Away from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind then never mind, we'll fight and win, for we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger, yellow and black, we're from Tigerland.
The mighty Tigers, strong and bold, who would eat the opposition alive. That memory is not that old, and the reality again, not that far away. The question now is whether the Nichols, Knights, Powells and Ryans of the 90s will get the opportunity to become the legends like the Dyers, Harts, Burkes and Bartletts of the past.
The Richmond Tigers are facing extinction. Liquidators have us in their sights. If we don't pay our $1 million debt by October 31st, they fire, we're dead. Please donate now. Save our skin.
The soul of Richmond grew out of a suburb that fought for its very survival during the Depression, and ironically now, in a time of economic downturn in Victoria, the Tigers have to claw their way back again.
Unless we come up with that $1 million within the next couple of months, the alternatives are totally abhorrent, but we've got to look at them. And the only way that we could look at them is perhaps relocation, perhaps merging with another club, or perhaps just disappearing altogether. And I'd hate to think that something that's been part of this city's and this state's and this country's football tradition and history for 106 years would be just allowed to sink slowly into the West.
Football's such a part of this whole town, and we know that you won't let us down.
What really matters is what's going to happen now and next year, and obviously that is dependent on our supporters.
There's one day in September, in there and fight.
As tough as the players I played with down here, and the supporters are just as tough, I don't think it really will. If everyone's prepared to put in and have a go, it's just like playing football itself.
There's one day in September, show 'em your might.
It was the best years of my life. I had 11 years at the club, and in that time we won 4 grand finals, and the feeling and the atmosphere around the club amongst the players, and I know amongst the supporters, the ones that used to queue up on their stools outside and wait for finals tickets all hours of the night, that was a real spirit and a real buzz around the place, and it's gone.
'Cause there's one day in September, don't let 'em in.
Some good memories walking back in here again today?
Oh yeah, well we had many good times here. 3 of the coaches in the final series this year are from Richmond, Mickey Malthouse and Johnny and myself. So they've produced, as a club, a lot of coaches right throughout Australia. Guys like Neil Baum, Mel Brown, and etc. Those sorts of players, and have been all coaches, and probably I think 12 or 13, league coaches, and that's only in the last 15 years. So, gee whiz, it's sort of like a top coaching school that this club has developed, and I think that you never want to let a club like Richmond go down.
Football's such a part of this whole town. Football's such a part of this whole town. And we know that you won't let us down.
I was here for 8 years, a life member, and to see the club struggling in the way that they are is certainly very, very disappointing, and I, like everybody else, would hate to see the club go because of the great tradition.
'Cause we made it to the final, show 'em your might.
we're looking forward to the club being here next year, and this is one of the reasons why that we're prepared to do anything we can to make sure that Richmond Footy Club is back here in 1991.
What memories this wonderful football club have provided. The tough men, Jack Dyer, Max Oppie and Mopsy Fraser. The great centre line of premiership years 67 and 69 of Burke, Barrett and Clay. The greats like Roger Dean and Fred Swift from 67.
Both teams are giving everything as players force themselves to their limits in one of the most exciting grand finals for years. Hafey is a picture of intense concentration as Ganane pulls down one of his better marks and has an easy kick from right in front. But it's not Ganane's day. His kick is off beam for a behind. For the fourth time, scores are levelled. The tension is taking its toll on the Tigers coach. From 35 yards out, Ronaldson's kick goes over the outstretched hands of the pack for a goal at the beginning of the time-on period. Richmond hit the lead, 108 points to 102. Tearing in to grab the ball, Bartlett turns and kicks his second goal after 28 minutes. It could be the match winner as the Tigers increase their lead to 11 points, 114 to 103. With victory in sight, Barrett smothers the ball, taking no chances of being beaten by an awkward bounce. Geelong stay in the fight. Farmer passing to Kloster as they stage a last-ditch attack. Scarlett just fails to mark in front of goal and loses the ball. Ryan grabs it to snap her behind, and the Cats still have a chance, although Pianto and the Geelong officials know it's a slim one. Grabbing the ball in a pack, Goggin has a long shot, but it's well marked right on the line by Swift. And Geelong's last chance is gone, as on Swift's clearing kick, the siren signals the end of a memorable match won by Richmond. 16 goals, 18, 114 points, to 15 goals, 15, 105. It's a well-merited triumph for dedicated coach Tom Hafey, who is acclaimed on all sides. So too Fred Swift, who realises his greatest ambition in his 10th season and after 157 games with the Tigers. Sir Kenneth Luke presents the VFL Cup to Fred Swift, captain of the conquering Tigers.
It's not that long since Richmond was one of the strongest teams in the league, and why not? The Tigers dominated, as we've just seen, in the late 60s, but in the early 70s the Tigers reigned supreme. They were involved in some of the most memorable games of the era. In 1972, Richmond finished in second place, 2 points behind Carlton after the home and away season. The two met in the second semi, one of the great finals of all time.
30 and a half minutes gone. This looks like a draw coming up. They play on centre wing on the outer side. Neither team with a chance to score at this stage. Gallagher comes out, hooks it back around towards Jezelenko.
Despite the efforts of Jezelenko, it will be the draw of the season in the second semi-final at VFL Park.
So next week, the kick from Jezelenko after the siren won't score, and it's a draw. So next week we'll see these two great sides compete again. And what a game it will be.
A week later, 92,670 people crammed into the MCG to see the Tigers, with Ricky McLean kicking 5, Barham and Richardson 3 goals, and Clay, Burke, Walsh and Sproul in the best, go through to the grand final, winning by 41 points. And the Tom Hafey Tigers were raging favourites to take the flag. But Carlton bounced back to kick a then record grand final score. In fact, Richmond's losing score equalled the previous highest grand final total. Jezelenko booted a then record 7 goals in front of 112,393 people. Carlton won 28-9-177 to 22-18-150. For the Tigers, Barham kicked 5 and Sheedy 3 in the last quarter. Barry Richardson also kicked 3 goals. In 1973, the Tigers were back, this time looking for revenge. And again it was Carlton they shaped up to in the grand final. Right from the start, the Tigers gave their all, and more as Laurie Fowler's bump on John Nichols and Neil Baum's KO of Jeff Southby became folklore. In 1973, the Tigers had lost the qualifying final to the Blues by 20 points, then thrashed St Kilda by 40 points, came from behind in the preliminary final to defeat Collingwood by 7 points. The grand final was played in front of nearly 117,000 fans, and with the Tigers under-17s, under-19s and reserves already having won their flags, the seniors opened up with 3 goals to Sheedy and were never headed.
Kevin Hall kicking out. Goes straight up the centre once again. Francis Burke knocks the ball clear, taken by Hart. Hart a hand pass over to Wood. Wood from the pocket steadies and he drives it through for another behind. Oh, Bobby, they haven't let up one bit, have they? They've kept this pressure right on.
They accepted every onslaught that Carlton could possibly throw at them, and now Richmond have come back and are continually driving the ball forward. Jones takes it, a hand pass to Quirk. Quirk walks around, gets his kick in towards centre half forward. It's over the top of the pack of players. Jezelenko one way, then the other. A hand pass across towards Walls. Walls overruns the ball. It's taken away from him by McGee. McGee's fumbling. Now he gets out of danger. Drives the ball back into the centre where it's all Carlton. It runs straight past him. Through to Wood. Wood fumbles the ball. It's back to Crane. Crane swings the ball back to half forward. Burke, it's over Burke's head. Burke keeps going though. Fowler. Davis comes through for Carlton. Davis throws the ball out. Burke still chasing him. Knocks it away from Burke and it goes over the boundary line. Burke knocks it away from Davis, that was. It's over the boundary line for a throw in on the half forward line for Carlton. Well into time on. Time running out for the Blues as we see Roberts and Mackay. Mackay up high, down to Chandler. Chandler's kick goes back the other way. Dixon coming across. Walsh comes over the top. Gray forced it forward. Walsh is still going. He's playing the ball in front of him. Still gets bundled out of the way. He must get the free kick.
Yes.
No doubt in the world about that one. Wayne Walsh right in the centre of the ground.
29 minutes gone and 30 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. Looks like McKellar's coming on for Richmond. We wait for the kick to be taken. Umpire Robinson out there, seeing the ball delivered back to Wayne Walsh. Walsh between the centre and centre half forward positions. There's his kick going out to the pocket on the outer side, and O'Connell marks in defence for Carlton. O'Connell now immediately tries to get it to the half-back flank. Up goes Wood, spoiling an attempt by Quirk. Wood has it there, he's got nobody to get it to, and he just brushes his opponents aside. It's Sproul in command now. Sproul tries the hand pass. Over it goes towards Burke, who's on the forward line, but it's taken by Quirk. Quirk of Carlton back in towards the centre. Waiting there is the whale, Brian Roberts. He couldn't get away with it. Mackay of Carlton comes in, couldn't go anywhere. A chance for Kane of Richmond. He gets it over to Walsh. Walsh a long one into the forward zone. Dill takes the mark. Dill plays on immediately for the Blues. In towards centre half forward. Jezelenko's on his own. Here's a go. Jezelenko steadies. Kicks it down. Dick Clay waiting there. Takes a beautifully timed mark in defence. Clay plays on immediately, keeping that pressure right on the Tigers. Over here it comes towards Fowler. Fowler very coolly kicks that ball to the wing position. Sheedy is waiting there. Is met by Chandler. Sheedy recovers well. Kicks to the half forward flank on the member stand side. Mike Green comes out there. Traps the ball in soccer fashion. A hand pass by Green. It'll come off. Hart pushing the ball in front of him. The siren goes! Siren goes! Richmond are premiers for 1973. Richmond are premiers, and what a beauty. And the final scoreboard there reads Richmond 16, 20, 116. Carlton 12, 14, 86.
So to 1974, and the Richmond side were again overwhelming favourites to win back-to-back flags. Their opponents were the crowd favourites, North Melbourne, who had not been in a grand final since 1950 and were looking for their first ever flag. But Richmond had no sympathy whatsoever. After a tight first quarter which saw Doug Wade kick his 100th goal for the Roos, Richmond took control. With Sheedy, Hart, Morris, Andrews, Bartlett and McGee and Walsh in the best, the Tigers were able to record a 41-point victory with Barry Richardson kicking 5 goals.
And Richmond are certainly showing that they are the top team. That by heck you've got to pay tribute to North Melbourne. They've arrived in the big time. only their second appearance in a grand final. They lost the first one to Essendon in 1950, and they're in real trouble here. Shouldn't be too long before the siren. Hello, North Melbourne players come over the line. The free kick will be given to Sproul. Sproul looked as if to say, well, the ball will be brought back. They're playing on down there in the forward pocket for Richmond, but the ball will be brought back. Umpire Robinson had a few problems during this game. Let's see what he's going to do. Waiting for the ball to be brought back to Sproul. No 15-metre penalty. Well, there shouldn't have been, of course. Paul Sproul waiting there, former Essendon player, transferred from Essendon last year, and then now it looks like having played in 2 premiership teams. There's his kick. Going to the half-forward flank on the stand side. Oh, Bartlett gave a bit of a shove out. Wasn't caught by the umpire and has paid the mark. Well, if you can get away with it, good luck to you. Bartlett. Where's he going to go? Could easily kick this. He's kicked 3 behinds for this game, but been a very effective player. Kicking to the outer of Richmond end. It's on its way. It's dropping in the goal square. Hands reach for it. It's Baker of North Melbourne coming out with it. Kicks it out here. Feltham's after it for North. Tackle there by Walsh. Feltham is still going. Coming along that outer flank. A hand pass over here towards Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch a hand pass towards Cowton. Cowton in a bit of trouble now. He backs back the wrong way. Thorpe has him. Oh, Cowton gets out of that. More by luck than good judgment. Gets it to the half-forward flank. Bryanus is there, but it's knocked away by Michael Green of Richmond over the boundary line, and we wait for the throw-in. On North Melbourne's half-forward line, half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground. Siren about to go at any moment. Throw-in takes place. Up they go. Ball not clear. A chance for Cable. He has it. A hurried kick. Sends it up towards the pocket. In comes Dick Clay like an international. Kicks it to the wing position on the outer side once again. Up goes Cloak. Oh, should have been paid the mark, but it's play on. And Richmond go into attack once more in the dying moments of the 74 grand final. Bradley Smith hits it over towards Goodingham. Goodingham knocks it clear here. Taken by Baker. Baker a hand pass over towards Keith Gregg. Keith Gregg of North Melbourne up towards centre half forward. Plenty of North players there. Cable in front. Takes the mark in front of Kane. Cable a long hand pass out towards the flank position. Taken by Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch drives in at the big sticks. He's offline. And 1 point will result. Taking the scoreboard now onto Richmond 18-20, 128. North Melbourne 13-9, 87. We wait for Dick Clay to kick out from the scoreboard end. Looks like he's going to the outer flank. Gets under it a bit, but it's still a good kick. The players set themselves. Ryan in front, Roberts behind, neither touch it. In comes Francis Burke, but it's coming there. Knocking the ball clear towards Wood, but it's taken by Barry Cable of North Melbourne. Cable back into the forward zone once again. Up goes Gareth Andrews and takes a well-judged mark. That's been the pattern of Andrews' play. Beautiful judgment. Gareth Andrews now about to drive North Melbourne out. His kick, swinging in towards the centre of the MCG. Plenty of players there. Who's going to come out with it? Kevin Bartlett. Bartlett puts it over the centre, down towards centre half forward. Rantel of North Melbourne takes a good mark. Rantel plays on immediately. His kick goes to the half forward flank. Arnold Brightus comes out to meet it. North are going down, fighting. Hand pass over towards Burns. He's in trouble as Clayton comes through. Clayton is tackled. There is Kevin Morris with Burns. A siren goes. And the final scoreboard in the 74 grand final reads Richmond 18-20, 128. North Melbourne 13-9, 87.
It wasn't until 1980 that the Tigers were back in the action on that last day in September. And boy, were they back in town. Their opponents, Collingwood, had become the first team to make the grand final from 5th place. But from the word go, Tony Jewell's Tigers dominated. With their goal-kicking genius Kevin Bartlett booting 7 and David Cloak kicking 6, the Magpies were never in the game, as Richmond won by 81 points, then a record grand final winning margin.
Beautiful goal, Jeff Raines is there. He's a speedy character and there's no one within 10 metres. Tries a short pass up towards centre half forward. Not a well-directed one, but it does find Robert Wiley eventually, who fires at the goals. Wait for the goal umpire. That's a miraculous kick from Wiley. Jimmy Jess into the goal square. Cloak!
Knocked out by Lee again. Rawlings will go for a hand pass over to Wiley. Bounce right. He's running to an open goal and fires. This looks bad for Collingwood. It's through for another one. It's nice mark as he outmanoeuvred Byrne that time. Wiley to go clear and shoot the ball up there towards Cloak. Cloak's in the position, couldn't hold the mark. There's another goal coming up to Cloak now. No worries about that.
Looking for Cloak. Cloak takes the mark. Play on, says umpire Bill Della. Cloak does just that. The big fella gets into top gear and away he goes. A long shot at goal from the big Richmond forward. That looks a pretty good sort of a kick to me. Another one to the Tigers and they go further ahead. 4 goals to David Cloak. From Young. McCormack looking for a hand pass. It goes to Waitman. Back and turn the Jess. Running into an open goal. Another one to the Tigers. And Richmond go further ahead. That's his first goal. But he has been a good player for Richmond all day. Lee. Big fist to the ball, looks for Bartlett. Has he found him? Doesn't bounce too well. Now it bounces up into his arms. Bartlett, unselfish to Rollins. Rollins fires at the goals, and that's another one for Richmond.
Kick looking there for Roach and Cloak. Oh, Bartlett again has a chance for a goal. Number 5, I think he's done it. Yes, he has the little chance.
A long kick by Smith up towards Cloak again. Couldn't take it. Roach is there, gives it to Bartlett. Bartlett 10 metres out, running in for another one to Richmond.
They're giving him all a run. The attitude's to Bartlett. Bartlett and Magro having a battle there, but it's Bartlett getting around Magro. Look at the little chant go. Coming around the boundary line, going for goal number 7. What's the result? It is. He's equal the record. Well, there he is. The little champ himself. He holds it. He's equal the record of 7 goals in the grand final. A magnificent football.
While success since 1982 has been scarce on the field, 1990 has again seen a resurgence in talent and optimism at Tigerland. The youth policy, for so long an excuse, was beginning to reap the rewards of the nurturing of the late 80s. The Cubs were bearing their claws at last.
Just a lull over the ground for the moment. They know the siren's coming. There'll be an almighty roar in a moment. Powell takes it from Pickering. Handball on towards Nichols. Nichols has been so very good. And there it is. The Tigers have won. Richmond 18-20, 128 has defeated St Kilda 16-12, 108. A big and enthusiastic crowd here at the MCG. And look at these young Richmond Tigers. They're delighted. Their 5th win from their last 8 games. And Richmond as a group, they teamed up all day, they tackled ferociously, they refused to give in, and suddenly, who knows, maybe the Tiger can roar in 1990.
There are many great memories and legends to be created from Old Punt Road yet. It's up to you. Last year, $165,000 was raised, a great effort, but not enough. This year, the bid to save our skin has brought forward a new generation of Tigers prepared to give their all. In 7-year-old Christopher O'Brien.
Dear Richmond Football Club, I feel as sad as you can get. You can have all my money, $50.40.
When 7-year-old Christopher O'Brien heard that his beloved Tigers could go out of existence, the young fellow burst into tears. But rather than sit back and watch, he wrote a heart-rending letter to the club that left even the toughest of Tigers with a tear in their eyes. What do you think of the Tigers? Do you think they should survive?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they're the best team.
At a public rally again at the MCG, a huge crowd turned up to give those Tigers leading the fight to keep the club alive great hope. Some of the biggest names the club has produced spoke of their love for the club and what the Richmond Football Club had meant to them. It was a day to make anyone with the yellow and black in their veins feel proud. And the biggest name of them all, Jack Dyer, was reluctant to speak at the meeting. But when the enormity of the fight was realised, Big Jack strode to the microphone to a standing ovation and roared like the Tigers of old.
I look around today to think that they dare is the word, to try and throw us out of the league. I think they must be moonstruck up the top there somewhere. Thank God you all turned up. I was a bit frightened that they mightn't turn up, that it would rain or something like that. But they're here from all over Victoria. God, I hope you're right about that instead of taking photos here. You can tell them that there was more here this morning than those 2 teams that they've got up there in Sydney. Twice as many people. And that's all they'll get up there too. I get horrified. I can't sleep of a night. I can't watch replays of Richmond get beaten. I can't do any of those things. I don't even buy the paper for Monday morning. But if they bloody will win, I've got plenty of them, I'll tell you that. They seem to think up there in the ivory tower that there'll be no one last or second last. They think they might have found something here. They'll all be level down there. And they'll all be in the 5, in the 6. There's always got to be someone last, someone second last, someone third last. And when they wake up to that, perhaps they'll get a bit of bloody sense. Thank you for coming along. Don't go away and forget to put in your pockets. Just give up the bingo for a while and just give up those racehorses for 10 weeks and we'll get out of it.
Just as Dyer, Burke and Sheedy hurt and bled for the Guernsey, now is the time to show some of the commitment that you have demanded and received over the years and show that not only the players and officials are a fighting fury, but you the supporters as well. Tigers, show no mercy.
The snapshot. Bounce! Yes! 2 goals to Richmond. On the ground, Nichols. Another one. Matthew Knight's cool as a cucumber. Pops it through.
Smothered. And here's an open run for goal by Hobb. Hobb's left foot scores.
Over the back, Stephen Ryan, an open goal. He'll stab it low, I would think, that he slams it through for a goal. Free though for his second goal. If he's accurate, snapshot looks good, it's there. Hand pass comes out of the way, but here's a chance at open goal. He steps it in. Mitchell tries to hook it back. Oh, what a brilliant goal. Michael Mitchell from the boundary. Oh, an amazing mark. Here's another one. Goal number 6. Hamilton runs with Mitchell, kicks one. They're kicking it from everywhere now.
Nichols, normally a good kick. Drop punt, not bad. Look at that.
And everyone here at 10 Evening News wishes the Richmond Football Club and its supporters all the very best in their survival quest over the next month and a half.
Mercy.